Welcome to KNR 208. Over the next few lectures, we're going to be discussing health and wellness, but to begin, I wanted to go over the course objectives. This course discusses health issues, the impact of these issues that they have on each of us, and how the choices we make impact our health and quality of life. The goals of this course include understanding the components of wellness, help you identify how the values from each individual, your family, and society play a role in shaping culture, how to use critical thinking to facilitate a health issue and its impact, and how to use a health and wellness profile assessment and goal setting over a 5-week project. So to begin, according to the World Health Organization, health is the state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being, and not merely the absence of disease. Good health is considered a prized possession, which is often overlooked and taken for granted. Good health depends upon many factors, including the most important being the choices and the actions that we make. According to a survey, Americans feel unhealthy about 6 days per month, and that they feel healthy and full of energy about 19 days per month. Just take a moment, and how many days do you feel unhealthy or healthy, and how do they compare to this survey? Some other things that the survey revealed were that nearly a third of Americans say they suffer from some mental or emotional problem every month, including 10% who said that their mental health was not good for 14 or more days. Young American adults aged 18 to 24 suffered the most mental health distress. Older adults suffered the most poor physical health and activity limitation. I think if you take this out of context, it makes a lot of sense. Younger Americans 18 to 24 are spending most of their time in college, so they tend to have more stress in their life. Where older adults tend to slow down, they have more health problems, so they have poor physical health and they can't move as much. Adults with the lowest income or education reported more unhealthy days than did those with higher income or education, and Americans with chronic diseases or disabilities reported high levels of unhealthy days. So health. Staying healthy is a lifestyle process that requires self-awareness, inquiry, information, and action. Health is always changing, often in a downward direction, unfortunately. Thus, our life activities are often compromised or even lost. Consider how failing health might affect the following situations. So as you read through the situations, if you come across something, think about how it may affect if you didn't have good health. So some of the things on the list may be items that you enjoy doing, and if you had a poor health outlook, how would that affect these examples? Therefore, health means being sound in body, mind, and spirit. Health is a process of discovering, using, and protecting all the resources within our bodies, minds, spirits, families, communities, and environment. Good health is no longer viewed as simply an absence of disease. The notion of good health continues to evolve, and as we learn more about lifestyle factors that bring on illness and affect wellness. So what is wellness? Wellness is an active process of becoming aware of and making choices to create a healthier life. A purposeful, enjoyable living, or more specifically, a deliberate lifestyle choice characterized by personal responsibility and optimal enhancement of physical, mental, and spiritual health. Being proactive, striving for quality of life. So again, the key word here is that wellness is an active process. It's constantly changing, it's always moving forward. So it's going to be different from each person based on what goals that they want to set for themselves. Some examples of wellness are listed below. There are 6 fundamentals of wellness. The first is self-responsibility. What this means is you have to take responsibility for taking care of your own wellness. The second is holistic. So again, I'm sure for about the 3rd time in this lecture alone, wellness integrates body, mind, and spirit. Wellness is a journey. So remember, it's an active process, which means there's no destination, there's no endpoint. It's always changing. There needs to be balance. So all aspects of your wellness need to have attention to create balance. We'll get into this as we get into the next lecture when we talk about the 7 dimensions of wellness. Those 7 dimensions need to be in balance with one another. Uniqueness. Each person's journey is going to be unique to that individual. So my journey is going to be different than your journey, and your journey is going to be different than my journey. You just need to make sure that you set a path for yourself so that it's going to make you the most healthy person that you can be. And the last is going to be time. It requires time, commitment, and effort each day in order to fulfill wellness. Okay, as we conclude this lecture, try to think of wellness as an automobile transmission. So if you have an illness or a disease, you would be going in reverse. But just by having the absence of disease, you would be in neutral, and this is what we consider health. And then positive health changes would push you into forward motion, and this is considered wellness. So oftentimes the term wellness is used by health professionals by having a broader meaning. So health is going to be kind of that state where you don't have disease. Wellness is where you're being pushed forward, and it's that active process. So when your entire lifestyle is based on health-enhancing behaviors, you are in high gear and going at top speed, and you have achieved total wellness. And this is the end of the first lecture. What I would like you to do as a small assignment, which you will post in the assignment section by Friday, is to just review what you learned kind of as this class discussion. So even though we won't be discussing this together as a class, individually, I would like you to post some responses to these questions. And then lastly, to have a reflection. So again, there's 4 questions here for you to reflect on. And I would like you to include that. It can be on the same page as the previous discussion questions. And again, to have this posted by Friday. Thank you.